Hi, my name is Richard Pelez. I married into an organized crime family without even knowing it. My daughter, who received everything, and we gave her everything we could, went on every vacation. And yes, she did get spanked when she was wrong. And when her grandmother started to indoctrinate her into organized crime, yes, she got spanked more because what her grandmother was teaching her was against God, was against man, and given by the devil. Organized crime in America is real. I know for a fact because my mother in law told me the first time the New Jersey senator ran that they went into Republican neighborhoods, crazy glue locks, chain gates. Now, all this should be verifiable. And I can give more about organized crime. My mother in law, Carmen Pizarro of the Grant Projects, uh, has for over 20 years stolen money. She has arranged with one of her members in organized crime who just so happens to work for Social Security. Yes, I was getting my father's Social Security for almost 10 years, while my daughter, because of all the banks in America working with organized crime, and you know, the Russians weren't the first. It was organized crime. And I can remember a time back in the 60s when I was young where we heard in the newspaper about organized crime having a meeting in upstate New York. You don't hear stuff like that anymore. And I'll tell you why. Because organized crime through unions, like my own union, 1199 SEIU, which Dennis Rivera received the money to run against our last great president, Doris Turner. He received that money from the hospital employers. And the money for a small raise after he won was a farce. It wasn't really to give the membership a small raise, it was to pay back organized, I mean, uh, management of the hospitals. And he did when Dennis Rivera could not run, or should I say, he couldn't change enough votes to make it believable. So he got our union 1199 into SEIU because they promised him the international vice president. Now, having been married to Dennis Rivera's cousin, I know all this for a fact. And because of my mother in law, I know who the godfather of New Mexico is, and his son Matthew, who had the nerve to tell me that they could steal anything from the U-Haul, which they did steal. And because they made sure all the receipts were gone, I have no proof. But we should be upset about Russia interfering in our elections, but we should be more upset that we have members of organized crime in the Senate and in Congress. And that is true. Why am I talking? I am talking because I have begged my daughter for God knows how long, over 10 years, to stop stealing from me. After all, she did get everything we could give her, went on vacation with us. So, if you believe my daughter was abused because of her grandmother, a godfather in organized crime, influenced my daughter at the age of 14. And my daughter, who was prepared by her parents to be somebody, because we wanted our daughter to be somebody, not a criminal. And for the 10 years or more of hell I have received, you should be ashamed of yourself because you were given everything and you didn't appreciate it. Every bank in America launders money for organized crime. Every bank in America, the American people need to shut down and put those criminals who are part of organized crime in jail. Yes, we have them in government. We have them in the police department because my mother-in-law's family had from police officers to elected officials in her family. And they weren't, they pretend they wanted to be elected to represent the people. All they represent is organized crime. I hope when people see this, they will start to interview me because I will tell them a lot. There are real estate companies in America that are run by organized crime. I will tell you of one, Graystar Real Estate Company, because I wrote to the chairman and he did absolutely nothing. Let the management and their families rob me at the towers. Of course, I am victimized because of my daughter. And I pray that before I die, she asks me for forgiveness. Because I, when I die, have cursed all those in organized crime to suffer the way I suffered. And I'm sorry, daughter. I pray you ask for forgiveness. But I am no longer going to cover up your crimes. You have used me. Your mother has used me. And organized crime has used me to funnel money to you, making it look like it's me. Well, I am throwing my arms up. I want the world to know that in the United States, it's organized crime, not democracy that rules. Let's hope what's going on now with those people who are getting in trouble for criminal activity, that it goes on to organized crime. Because if we do not do something, they will completely take over America and get rid of the Constitution of the United States. What do you want? Do you want your children to be victimized like me? And to think my own daughter, who got everything, and can't, she does say she was abused, but uh, let's see the scars. Because the only one who abused her was her grandmother by indoctrinating her into organized crime, which is a company of Satan, not of God. And those in organized crime are helping Satan, and I will not. I don't care if I go to jail. I'd rather go to jail. But Mendez, I will tell you because my mother in law told me that they crazy glue locks, chain gates, and like I've stated before, this can all be verified. Once you verify that, I can give you a whole lot more to verify. And I will name names of companies part of organized crime that steal from senior citizens. Your father, your mother are victimized by organized crime today. I will tell you the names of these companies besides Graystar next time we talk. Hopefully, it will come out in the news, and a lot of people will go to jail, especially that person in Liberty Mutual who has been sending my daughter money and not having a doctor see me. The doctors in Denver are also have committed crimes by not taking me in and letting me suffer. That's why I'm in Denver for the marijuana, to help with the pain. But it doesn't help with the pain of my daughter doing what she has done to me. How shameful I would be to do that to a parent. I would try to make amends, but I doubt because of her grandmother's criminal influence, Carmen Pizarro, 2G in the grant projects. I will also give you more information about the New Mexico Godfather, who's a deacon in a temple. And on Sunday, it's a Anglican Church of Christ. And I'm sorry, but organized crime controls both the Anglican plus the temple. And God is not in either place.